What's shaking, Shake Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Milkshake with the Boys podcast. This week, not only do we have the core four, but Nugget's here too. So we've got the whole gang back together for another 5-person podcast.
Three amigos.
So like the three amigos. Exactly, Damo. So on that note, Damo.
G'day guys, how are you? Good, mate.
Nug.
How's it going?
Ed.
Hello, boys.
And Kirst to round us out.
Yeah. Thanks for welcoming me. I didn't actually know I was part of the call for. But pleasure to be here.
Well, that was established last week, I thought. So
as a call
Yeah, that hurts.
it does. It does. But
I think it was more me just blabbering rather than actually. I was trying to get through an intro.
Yeah, and I'm going to take away your segment. Stuff you, dog.
Regardless, we've got the three amigos here for another episode for you boys, and let's jump straight into it with a bit of a classic milk review. We missed out last week, and so I'm keen to hear, Damo, what delights you've tried during the week.
Is it dishwater?
We'll
have
have
to find out, Kieran.
telling you what just yet.
It is story
already
milk, you
asked
probably
the friend.
comparing it to.
Well, I don't want to wish poorly on you, Damo, but I don't know if I want you to review terrible milk or I'm torn, conflicted.
Well, it's what we got to do for the people, you know. They got to know.
The People's
If
Podcast.
it's bad, it's bad.
Yeah, we don't want our listeners to be going out buying dishwater milk just because we don't want Damon to try it. It's a public service, Kieran.
And really, that's the whole point of the milk review segment. Like,
Exactly.
it's not just for Damo to try milk. Like, obviously, that's great, but it's also for the people. The people have to know.
Exactly right.
So I
Exactly
care about Damo. I don't want him to have a terrible experience recording the show.
I'm sure
But if you think
Damo.
about it, one terrible experience for Damo saves countless terrible experiences for all the listeners, Kieran. And
I'm
that's what
just-
we're all about.
I'm sure it comforts
It is
Damo
for-
knowing
yeah,
how
you
many
haven't
lives he
gone,
saved.
So
Righto, Damo.
I guess the
without any
moral of
further ado,
I'm just a gem. So selfless. And
Exactly.
I'm a hero.
okay.
You're my hero, Damo.
Yeah, I know. So we'll get straight into it. I
Was there
found
any
this one.
researching this week?
Oh, God.
I didn't do any research.
I am not researching.
No, we're not researching.
Can you see my
Kieran, okay?
hands?
We understand. We know how much that hurt you last time.
Yeah, okay. It's a level playing field this week, so what you're telling me.
It is. Unless you've asked Damo for the answers again.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm really
Yeah,
tempted though. Sorry for interrupting. I'm going to stop interrupting you.
No, that's fine. Good that we cleared these things up. I will
Yeah.
point out that no one has contacted me to try and get the answers off me.
Good.
You know, we have integrity here at Milkshake with the Boys.
We do.
So this one was a bit difficult to describe for mine. The consistency and texture, they were just fine. You know, it was normal. But in terms of the flavour, I wasn't that big a fan. Like just reading the label and what the flavour was, it was very, very nothing. Like you couldn't really get a taste. And then afterwards, there was a very prominent aftertaste, which was a little bit more like what the label read. However, I didn't think it was very good. Nothing worth writing home about at all. Maybe worth writing home about to say it wasn't very nice.
Gee. We might be
yeah,
on for dishwater.
I wouldn't go back to this one, which is quite disappointing because I had very high hopes for this one. I thought it was going to be
Was
be
it
very
pre-made
nice.
or?
It was off the shelf.
RTD. Okay.
Yeah, as I said, high hopes for this one, and I was let down in the biggest way possible. Based off of what was already in the tiers above it, I had no other option but to put it in dishwater.
What's
Wow.
happened?
Wow. Oh my
Bang.
god.
Okay.
Whiz.
Wow.
Absolute
I'm
blockbuster
gobsmacked.
decision.
Dishwater.
Arnold.
I just I didn't pour that big a glass of it, and I'm thankful that I didn't because I found it hard to finish what I did pour. Just not a fan at all. And as I said, based off of what was already in the tiers slightly above it, like a ride on and I just couldn't put it on the same as the peppermint crisp from the week before. I thought that's worse than that, so I'd have to slide in at dishwater.
Jeez.
Wowie.
Mm.
Anyone got any ideas?
I'm just trying to think if there's any other kind of promotional milks at the moment, because I'm not the best at keeping up to date with these things.
Yeah, no, that.
No, I know
What,
one.
what were the
but
ones that was along with peppermint crisp? Because there was a bit of a range, wasn't there?
Blue Heaven's back in something. I know that much.
Blue Heaven.
But
was oak, I think.
Blue Heaven couldn't be dishwater.
I think Blue
Yeah,
Heaven's
exactly.
you can't go that
7-Eleven
wrong with Blue
exclusive
Heaven.
as well.
Like it doesn't really taste like anything other than
And
sugar.
the fact
and
that,
sugary milk has
um,
never let anyone down like that.
I'd
Exactly.
taste strawberry, but like he says, the way he was saying how he had high hopes, I'm like, yeah, nah. Because I know Damo,
strawberry
if
has
he had
a-
strawberry milk. He probably doesn't have high hopes.
No, exactly. And strawberry does have a taste, like while you're drinking it, not just an aftertaste.
Yeah. Part of me thinks it might be. Do I recall seeing something along the lines of pineapple?
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
In
the
it's
pineapple
one of the
lolly
ones with
one.
the-
Now, hear me out though. Pineapple milk would go in the pina colada direction, even though pina colada's got coconut in it, right? And
Yeah,
but I can just feel like pineapple sort of missing the mark initially, and then coming home a bit stronger than you want it to.
I could definitely
Wait,
see that. Yeah,
I
I
was
could
What
see
was the
thinking
one
that.
last time? What did you have
Peppermint
last
crisp.
time, Damo?
peppermint
That's it.
crisp.
Peppermint
was the
crisp
last
was the
one.
last one. Yeah.
Wasn't there
Oh.
three? There was peppermint crisp, pineapple, and what was the other one? There's three, isn't there, in the range?
Yeah, it's Fantails.
Fantails.
Oh, and I
Ooh,
was
that'd be just
also
be caramel.
thinking pineapple, but then I was like, Damo said he had pretty high expectations for it, and that's the only thing that throws me off a little bit because I feel
Yeah.
like you wouldn't have high
Mm.
expectations for a pineapple flavored milk.
No,
That just doesn't
not
sound
definitely
good.
towards Fantails, but I can't see how you'd go that wrong with a Fantail.
Yeah,
flavour.
I don't think I had the Fantail one a few days ago, and I feel like
I'm going Fantail.
it
I
can't
reckon,
be
because
dishwater.
I could believe that. Oh wait, was it? Wait, you had it.
I had it. I didn't think it was like if he goes dishwater, then
But did you feel
Wow.
like the aftertaste tasted like a Fantail?
no. I actually
Like-
got the original taste more Fantail,
Hang on,
and
we
then
don't
the
know
aftertaste is sort of bland.
Fantail yet.
What was
What?
I saw a thing on Facebook the other day. 7-Eleven brought out a new milk, something raspberry something.
But wasn't it? I reckon you said it was in the supermarket, and isn't that? Oh, I could be from 7-Eleven. though.
Supermarket. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to say it
I'm-
just
I'm-
came in Damo's regular grocery order, so I'm saying that
I'm-
he didn't.
Vanilla
Yeah.
malt,
from
that's come out
7-Eleven.
lately too, hasn't it? That was a
Vanilla
newer,
malt
like,
wouldn't be that bad.
Vanilla
I
malt.
would have thought.
Mm.
I'm going to go with pineapple, even though, you probably picked me to the post, but that's what I went with first. So I'll just commit. I'm going to come last in this competition anyway.
Yeah, I was leaning towards. I think I'm going to go pineapple as well. Being boring, sorry for that, but I don't have much of a clue what could be that bad.
I'm going to go
Just-
Fantail.
Bear in mind, this is also opinion based. It's not.
I'm
What's
going
the
to
word
go
I'm looking
Fantail.
for? Objective. It's subjective.
But it's a
Some people
recommendation
may
at the
disagree.
same time because you're trying to
Yes.
save your viewers. I was going to say pineapple, but since we've already got two, I don't want to be that boring. So I might go with the salted caramel thick oak.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was just had a bit of a. I tried it the other day. I thought it was a bit odd, and I don't know. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see what
Before you
happens.
lock that in, I'm quietly confident Damon said it was a normal consistency.
I
Yeah,
thought that as
but
well. The
but-
consistency
but,
didn't
you know,
throw me.
The only difference
Continue your own
is
peril.
you got to shake the oak, and once you shake it, it's like normal. It's not really any
Right.
thicker at all.
Right. Okay. Well, that's
Okay.
interesting.
There's a bit of inside information.
Yeah, there you go, viewers.
I'm still going pineapple.
Righto. Well, Damo, I think we're all locked in.
So what do we got? We've got 2 pineapples, 1 fantail, and 1 salted caramel thick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oak.
Well, unfortunately, none of you are correct. This is
Wow.
a world first.
There we go.
Well, first.
It
That's
did get a
nothing
mention at one point
Oh,
during
vanilla
the
malt.
discussion. Vanilla malt.
Vanilla malt.
Oh,
Not a
wow.
fan.
Wow.
It did not really taste like.
Dishwater.
What?
I get half a point for mentioning it, or what?
I don't know. We make the rules
Oh.
up as we go.
Dishwater.
So
What?
is this the oak here, Damo?
Yeah, oak.
Well,
So
to
you all
be
said
fair,
oak, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dishwater.
Ed,
Wow.
Ed, you've had both the peppermint crisp and the vanilla malt, haven't you?
I've had pretty much every milk flavor there is, dust.
Yeah. Would you have the peppermint crisp above the vanilla malt?
Well, the thing
Well,
is,
let's not cause controversy.
the thing is, Damo had them both placed lower than what I would have them. I would have vanilla malt at
Right.
minimum. Average one, whatever the average one is.
Right
again.
on.
Right on. I would say at minimum it's right on, and then I'd have peppermint crisp on that sort of verge between right on and
Yeah, no.
and no. The
Oh, above.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
So you'd
well,
still
this is
have
completely
peppermint crisp
crazy.
above.
yeah, just peppermint
yeah.
crisp just
Okay.
above.
Well, that matches up with Damo's subjective.
It does,
So,
but
flavor.
it's a
It's just
Obviously,
further down the tier than Ed would
Yeah.
have.
lot
that's what I
further
mean.
down.
I mean, it
Damo
didn't
just has a
taste much
higher-
like vanilla. And then
Yeah,
malt I didn't like with the aftertaste, very malty, and I just
Mm.
didn't think
I
it
didn't
was
like
that good.
I didn't like the oak milk bottles either. So yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd
didn't like
probably
them
go-
either. They were quite disappointing.
They were
Look,
awful. Yeah.
as good as
Sorry,
some
Alan.
of Oak's flavors, and stuff they try is good. They also have a lot of misses, I reckon. That's something I've
Yeah,
definitely
milk
noticed.
That's the risk, isn't
Has
it? When
potential.
it's sort of a scattergun
Yeah,
approach, isn't it?
and I guess
Try a
that's
few
why they're
things, you're gonna
limited
hit some, you're gonna
edition.
miss some.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of ruined milk bottles for me, to be honest.
Classic
that
milk
was
bottle's
that
good.
bad.
You can't go that. No.
Yeah, classic milk
They
bottles
were
I could go
horrendous.
for, but I'll enter with caution after, just make sure they're not cheap vanilla malt misplaced in a party mix.
Actually, that's maybe how you can know the vanilla malt flavor would be disgusting in general. Maybe you do agree with Damo saying it's dishwater because the milk bottle was so bad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, thanks for that, Damo. Thanks for your opinion.
That's all right. Bit of
As you said,
contra-
it is an opinion.
That's how we like it.
Look,
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't disagree, but I don't agree. I'm not going to go recommend it to anyone. It's not like one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you got to have this. This is some god tier milk. But at the same time, I don't think I got how it's quite yuck, to be honest. I don't. Anyway,
Interesting.
very good.
Well, some differing opinions there, I suppose. But
And isn't that
Now,
good that we all
so-
got it wrong for once?
yeah, so
I
the
mentioned it, I just
leaderboard,
didn't
no
say
change. No change
Someone-
in the leaderboard.
However, I do think Nugget is worthy of
No. I'm not
maybe.
taking-
No, I
You
reckon
just feel
not
bad about last week, don't you?
no, not half a point. 0.25. 0.25 points for Nugget.
No,
I
we're not
reckon.
talking 0.25 points. That's just stupid.
Well, Damo, you get the final call. What do you say?
Getting a bit finicky.
Well, I
If you
mean,
did say it.
we're no strangers to just making it up as we go.
We're not.
And I
It's
feel
I
like
don't say
every person
why
apart
not.
from Nugget has had some lenience towards their answer. For
Oh,
me,
Yeah, and he is dead last.
and he is dead last.
How
And
am I
even
not
with
last?
0.25, he won't move up. So
And then if you look at it
No,
this
so
way as
don't
well,
worry about it. What's the
Milo is
point?
hot chocolate and Dust got a point, half a point. So
You say Milo?
yes, but I could have had a half point last week, and I chose not to because to make up for that.
what was your half point last week that it was Oak?
Yeah,
Well,
think.
don't we all
I
get
can't remember.
half a point here then?
Oh, don't
Well,
you
it's
do
true,
Oh, so
I
I
don't
get
think it's
0.75 points then.
Righto, we'll just
Yes.
Why don't you just give me 3 points for being a champ?
and then -5 points for being a
cheating that one time, trying to cheat.
Anyway, thanks for that, Damo. It was a really
Yeah.
interesting insight you had.
So we settled on no change for the leaderboard.
Yep.
But there are some things in life that do change,
Ooh.
and we're going to discuss a few that we'd like to change back for the better. In this new segment that we like to call "Make Blank Great Again."
Is there any better time to bring up this topic since how popular the man himself is right now? So why
I
don't we
wouldn't say
get
popular?
I
But
don't know if they're popular, but topical, I think. might be a better
topical?
word.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Maybe relevant. would be-
Relevant.
Yeah.
There we go. Righto. Let's all just give me better words because I'm dumb. So I'll get it started. What I think we need to make great again, guys, is McDonald's. The big M, not Big M, the Big M. Now, there's a few reasons to why I think we need to make McDonald's great again. As a kid, it was your dream place to go. You'd have birthdays and stuff.
Oh
there.
yeah, all the birthdays, so
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, there was a real peak period of Macca's, and I feel like since then it's dropped away. Not saying that it's bad now. It's just not great. It's just maybe like decent to good. Righto. I'll list off a few reasons. You can rebut this or whatever, but a few reasons why I think it's lost its great status. So we'll start off with the first thing. This was only a year or two ago, I think, but they changed their hamburger price from $1 to $1.50, which really peed me off.
Yeah.
That used to be one of my go-to things. I'd just load up on hamburgers.
Dollar hamburger. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So good. Second thing, now I know about you guys, but in Warrnambool, one of the old Maccas, I remember, it was iconic. It had the biggest playground and
Yeah.
boat in it. It had a boat.
A boat.
Genuinely had a boat in it.
That was the playground. Like, it was genuinely a boat.
And
Jeez.
with
That's-
water.
sure, man, for sure. No, but like the reason it was so cool is because like you go to Macca's anymore these days, and you don't see big playgrounds like you used to. I feel like because of urban density and stuff, you're not seeing these big fun
Definitely.
playgrounds in Macca's anymore. And I think that element's lost. I think they need to bring back the big playgrounds. And one of the other things I reckon they need to bring back is a couple of summers ago, Kern would know about this one. This was when he was
Okay.
working at Macca's, but a couple of summers ago, Macca's introduced this summer special. It was the snack box. I can't remember the exact
Oh.
name, but it had
Oh,
potato jams, nuggets,
Oh,
and
yeah,
chicken
Oh
McBites.
yes.
They were
I remember
awful to
making
make and
those.
put together. They were
Oh
so
god, so
annoying.
tedious.
That was
Yeah.
My
one of the
God.
best meals ever, though. That
Macca's
was
had this tendency of bringing out these brilliant deals for customers and just ruining the self-esteem of their employees and making.
It was horrible. It was
I
just
could
so many,
imagine.
so fiddly. You had to put so many things in separate bags, and then
Yeah.
all those bags had to go into the
Oh.
box. Oh god.
But it's the
Awful.
extra yards that the Macca's employees used to go for, which made
That's right.
Macca's great
Oh.
again. Like
We
which
didn't
what's
get
made
paid
it
for those
great.
extra yards.
No, we didn't.
If only.
No, I'm not sure if that's how Macca's or any employees in general get paid, but usually just go the extra yards for free, I reckon. And then if you've done it enough and they're happy with your work, you might get a performance-based pay, and then good on you.
I
But
don't think Macca's do bonuses for their casual
No,
employees. Yeah.
they're very good at not doing bonuses, actually.
anyway,
I
so
think you
that,
sort of have to treat yourself to bonuses. You know, chicken nugget here, chicken nugget there.
Exactly.
oh, where does it all go though, Kerwin? Bloody hell.
In my stomach. That's where it goes.
Yeah, so that's my take, boys. I think Macca's
Yeah.
had a real good thing going for him for a bit,
Okay.
and yeah, they've lost that great status. So
I agree with you, Ed. I
make
think
Macca's great again.
about 4 years ago, Macca's took a hit, and then about a year later, it took another more significant hit.
Yeah.
Those hits did happen to coincide with Kieran and me leaving Macca's, but that might just be a coincidence.
Highly doubt it.
Yeah, I definitely kept the gates clicking. That's for sure.
No, but I get what you're saying. It because like along the line, like you raised the dollar hamburger. I think the worst thing they've done is the 50 cent and then 30 cent and then 50 cent
Oh wow.
and now 70 cent cone.
70 cent
Yeah.
cones.
Remember the good old days of a 30 cent cone? You get 3 for $1 and change back.
I thought the whole idea with
value
the
on that.
50-cent cone was you only needed one coin.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
part of
Purchase the
those
cone.
change, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Whereas
thought
now
it was
you need a 50 and a 20. And if you don't, if you have
size.
more than that, you get even more coins in change. That's poor coin.
Management.
Yeah.
It is.
What's the yeah? Poor coin
but I-
budgeting. There you go. New concept for you, all you accountants out there.
Your coin budget.
Have a think about that.
I
Righto.
thought the rumor was that it was called a 50-cent cone because the Lithuanian 50-cent coin was the same size as the base of the 50-cent cone.
Oh, I'd never heard that
No,
before.
That was also
this is
a
a fun
point.
fact I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, Ed. So these were those sort of suggestions. So you said, why Macca's, what isn't great, and what are some things that you do to make Macca's great again?
Well, just
Given
bring
that's
everything
the
I
nature
said
of
back.
this topic. Yeah.
Bring everything I said back, and I think in the end, the most important number one thing they got to do is the playgrounds. It's missing so much in Macca's.
And
What
get
about
the
service?
age restrictions away. Let big kids
Yeah.
in the playground.
Yeah.
Two years ago, I went to the Dandenong Macca's on the way home from my sister's dancing school's performance, and there was no one in the playground. Late at night, no one in the playground, had it all to myself. It was fantastic. I had loads of fun.
I just see a couple of things wrong with no age restrictions in a playground for children. Just as the ethical gatekeeper, there's just a couple of things I see wrong here.
We get what you're implying. You don't need to go
And
on.
also, Ed, I'm shocked that you haven't included that the most important thing is service with a smile.
And clean as you go, Kieran. Can't forget clean as you go. I reckon that's more important.
Oh, I reckon
Got to have a
they
clean
could be.
work surface.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be the podium. They'd definitely be on the podium of the most important things.
Can we just go back to 6'5" Damo running around in the Macca's playground?
I wasn't running. I was.
You must have been
running.
contorted at some unbelievable angles.
Well, this one was huge. I crawled up the slide to get. You know how they used to have those helicopters, like the fake helicopter?
Oh, they're sick.
Yeah, it was mad. I mean, I get what you mean now, Kerwin. I may have jumped the gun, but maybe there should be like a big kids playground.
I feel like it's a bit different if there's no one in there.
Yeah. For the sake
you're just walking in the park, I guess.
10 p.m. plus can be big boys only. Big boys and girls only.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Anyway, I think we should move on to the next one. I can't laugh at that if we're already.
Hang on, just before we move on to the next one.
Sure, Kerwin.
I've been thinking about it for a few minutes now, and I think I heard the second official milkshake with the boys F-bomb. Moral gatekeepers. It's my duty to call this out, behaviour out, verbal behaviour out. It's not setting an example for our listeners, who I'm sure are the shining lights of society. But Nuggets, I think there's something to answer for here.
Yeah, it was. I definitely let in an F-bomb, and I like to make it. I might like to apologise for this.
That's all right.
Slip of the tongue, and to all my viewers, it's just not a part of me, and I'd like to apologise for this.
Wow,
it's
not a part of you.
Apology, Nuggets.
Very
believable.
What was this?
So, someone Damo told us it was vanilla malt, and I was pretty disappointed in the fact that I said it, but didn't follow through.
Wow. Kerwin only just realised now.
Yeah. sometimes
It's mulling it over, I
it slips out, you know. Just,
Okay. All right.
just as,
Well,
the most important thing is we learn from our mistakes.
I definitely
Viewers?
learned.
can we get some F-bombs in the chat? And by F-bombs, I mean pay your respects with an F.
Just F for the boys.
F for the
For the
boys.
boys.
Anyway, thanks for that
all
one.
right.
I
I'm
missed
happy
that one,
to.
but yeah.
I'm happy to share the thing I think we should make great again.
Wow, here we go.
I'm going to say make albums great again.
Ooh,
Music albums. Now, this
wow.
isn't to say that albums being produced are bad. That's not what I'm saying. The direction I'm coming from is listening to albums front to back the way they've been intended by the artist. I think in this day and age with streaming services like Spotify and that's the main one now. There's not many others out there. iTunes, Apple Music, I suppose. People tend to go a lot more for playlists, a lot more of a sort of instant kind of I don't know what the word is, but like they pick and choose the select songs, and like sort of disregard the artist's sort of kind of story and creativity that they've put into the album. And I think there's a lot of merit in just listening and appreciating an album front to back, the way
Spot
that's
on,
been
Darth.
intended to listen to. I think that needs to be made great again. Yeah,
People just want hits and they don't care
Exactly.
about a general good body of work.
exactly. Just want hits. Just that's why we see so many singles coming out these days. Because
Yeah, and then
They
they
just-
release the rest of the album later.
yeah,
Yeah,
but not even that. Like, I don't mind that so much, Curse, when it does become part of an album. Fair
yeah.
enough to release these singles, but when people like artists only release singles or like just an EP because they don't want to put the time and effort into crafting an album because it won't get the love it deserves, I guess. So
The best part about albums is when they tell a story and you can
Exactly.
listen to it from start to finish and they've got the same theme carrying over it.
yeah,
You sort of feel a personal, emotional connection to it.
yeah,
And that
Yeah.
element is definitely gone to us.
it is. Yeah. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate the support on that.
That's a great statement. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any takes on that? I just think it's a pretty clear and concise answer, to be honest.
I don't have anything against playlists I'd like to add. I do.
Oh, definitely
I do
not.
love a good playlist is something to be admired, but
Yeah,
think
they also provide
there
a
is-
great deal of convenience as well.
they do, and I get that listening to an album is sort of more time sort of consuming, and
I
because you
feel
want
like
to, you want the
you
whole
gotta pay-
the whole
yeah.
experience. You got to
You got to
sort of
pay
commit to
attention
that.
to it as well.
You do, and sort of if you're just going on a quick, I don't know, quick walk or a
Or if
drive,
you're going for a drive
a quick drive, which I'm
on
like
your
20-minute drive isn't
with
long
a
enough to listen to a full
zero
album.
blood alcohol content, is emphasised here. If you're going for a drive, you should be focusing on the road
You should,
and not on the music.
but yes, I agree. But I don't think listening to an album when you're driving is worse than listening to a playlist. Arguably, a
No,
playlist is
I'm not.
worse
Yeah,
because you got hits back to back to back. And
I'm saying you don't want to be too consumed in the story while you're driving.
fair enough. Fair
You
enough.
need to
No.
focus on driving,
Yeah. No. Well,
getting
yeah.
from A to B safely and in one piece.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're spot on there, Kez. Absolutely
Yeah.
spot on.
Well, there's no
Um,
reasons why albums can't provide a bit of both. Like,
Yeah. I think the first time you listen, you got to pay attention.
yeah,
But then after that,
like
you've got the
all
story.
Kanye
You know what the
Kendrick
story is
albums.
already.
Yeah, once you
Yeah.
understand the story, it's okay to
Yeah.
listen to the album in the car. Yes.
Oh, there you go. So here's a PSA for listeners from
You just
Kerwin.
gotta
Don't listen to
just
an album for the first time when you're
drive
driving.
safely.
You got to know the story already, otherwise you'll crash. There you
Yeah, drive safely and with a zero blood alcohol content.
go.
Well, respect from
That's
Kerwin here.
fantastic insight.
Yeah.
One part I was thinking is the real big loss was like the sanity and stuff too.
Oh,
'Cause they've
yeah.
like my favorite series by Aaron Gox is he's look him up on Facebook. Go. Is he goes around? He went around whenever he was touring around Australia, and there was a sanity. It was just be a photo in front of it,
It is the best series on Facebook. We
Yeah,
had one in our
I miss
hometown
those
as
shops.
well. Well, near our hometown in Warrnambool, and it was so iconic. You sort of
JB
just look at
Hi-Fi
it.
just doesn't do the stuff. It's not the same. You know, you don't get the
No.
same vibe from a JB
And-
that you do from a Sanity.
Major respect from Das, who I seen the other day send us a photo of his Blinding Lights record. He's still
Yes, I
Oh,
did buy
very
the
nice.
After Hours album by the weekend. This is sort of piggybacking off my listening to albums, but it's actually I also think it's good to purchase and own music rather than just stream it. Don't get me wrong, I do also have Spotify Premium, but I do I collect records that I enjoy.
Are you turning hipster to us?
No, I'm not. I don't. No, I wouldn't say so. I just
Nothing
like.
hipster
growing the
about
dreads
having
out.
standards.
No, I wouldn't say
Great,
hipster.
you know, fair enough.
I don't have lots of indie records, and I don't know. I don't want to stereotype anything here.
No,
But I do.
You show
I-
up with long hair. And you're drinking like some goat soy almond milk chai latte, and you've got your own keep cup and little cooktop. And like, if you rock up like that with your records, then maybe I'd be a little concerned. But if it's just records and owning music, I think that's
Yeah.
a cause to be supported.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
no,
think
that's all it is.
directly supporting
You
the
put it
artist
great, Damo.
is a standard I can allow.
Mm,
Yeah.
definitely.
Anyway, that was a good one, Dar. So
Thanks.
good
Thanks,
insight,
boys.
good opinion. Who's next? Yeah, take us away, Kerwin. Oh no, sorry. Big boy wants to
No,
last.
I'm-
Remember that, viewers. Remember that.
Yeah, I like going last.
Damo. You take us away,
Mate,
mate.
all right. Well, this one, I suppose it's not really a physical, tangible thing. It's all of us. It's Victoria. We need to make Victoria great again. And our reputation,
Oh, in the
mainly,
toilet.
like we've taken a hit.
Absolutely.
I think it's been flushed already, Das. It's
It used to just be
yeah.
Western Australia that hated us, but now the whole country.
And South Australia
Well,
and New
true.
South Wales.
True. Yeah, so maybe we haven't deteriorated that much more than we already were.
They hate us more.
I think I just have more reason.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean we're all proud Victorians, right? I
Absolutely.
think it's fair to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And I think most of our listeners, or at least some of them, would also be proud Victorians.
At this stage, yep.
And our reputation is, as the boys have said, it's flushed. It's already in the Werribee overflow. It's gone. And like I suppose we don't really have anyone to blame but those who were here, the Karens of the world and the like. But I mean, I've been struggling to think of like how we can rebuild our reputation, because you know, at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We're all Australian, and as much as we might like to have a bit of banter about which city or state is the best, obviously
Victoria.
Melbourne and Victoria, but yeah, you know, we're all Australian and we have to work together. So maybe what I've been thinking is possibly like maybe we could become like pen pals with someone in another state and just
Oh, yeah?
you know, write some really nice letters and try to encourage people to come visit Victoria and you know, just get these nice relationships back. Maybe send a gift basket, not with fruit, because you don't want to give
I
a
was
fruit
thinking that,
fly,
Can't
because
go
that
across the
wouldn't-
border.
I can't think of a single problem that hasn't been solved with flowers.
Exactly. Some nice
Wow.
gifts, a gift basket with some beautiful Victorian-made goods and some flowers
Well, a
grown
gift
in
basket
Victoria
is a Michael Scott certified technique to win people back.
with turtles.
Exactly.
Chocolate turtles.
Damo,
Where are they?
I respect your opinion here, but I also think there's something bigger we need to do. Victorians know we're the best state area in the entire world, but to convince
Wow.
everyone else, we need to go all out here. We need to go semi-pro Flint Tropics Mega Bowl style.
We need a mega
I
ball.
I'm
think
calling
that
it.
would be a good idea. The Victorian Mega Bowl, the Ed Cavasan Mega Bowl.
Could
Just
you
have
imagine?
the biggest party once this whole thing blows over and it's safe and we can be closer than 1.5 meters or whatever, 6 feet if you're going by those measurements, like Eric Cartman. But just have the big Ed Cavassan Mega Bowl, the biggest party this country's ever seen,
Exactly.
and everyone ELE.
Yeah,
Everyone will love
Everybody
each
loves
other
it.
again.
You could do a
Spot on.
$10,000 three-quarter court shot.
Share the love. I say
Shit 'em
yes.
Don't give it to Kerwin though. There's a rumor going around that he's a laser beam from half court. Sorry, 3/4 court.
Oh,
My bad.
yeah, it has been documented that I utilised my extended range on a basketball court before in game.
Love it.
Oh boy,
Uh,
I like it, Damo. That sounds
Yeah,
like a
good
perfect
one.
plan.
I mean, to be fair, we do live in. This is not subjective. This is just a fact. We live in the best area in the entire world, easily.
We are
No
very
cap.
lucky,
But
extremely lucky.
our reputation has took a bit of a hit. Even
Yeah.
though I do think Daniel Andrews is doing a great job.
Oh,
In
getting political. Getting political
well,
with
we
most of
won't
the
get any
boys.
more political than that, Darth. My apologies, viewers.
Take a step back.
Nugget,
Then.
let's move us swiftly along from this. Nugget.
Righto. So, onto my topic. We've got the AFL. I reckon that needs to be made great again because at the moment, maybe it may be seen as a bit biased as the Dogs just lost, but it has nothing to do with that. Nah. Just talking about how like a few years ago, I reckon the game was just in a much better way. We got like the 6-6-6 rule, which was brought in to make the game flow more and more goals scored and stuff. And since then, it's actually
Done the
gone
opposite.
downhill.
Yeah, that is true.
Then there's like the it's just the holding the ball rule variation they've
Oh,
got at the
God.
moment. It's just
Yeah.
horrible.
I don't like how they're not penalising incorrect disposal
Yeah,
very strictly.
there's so much of it too.
I don't know if this was always the interpretation, but I have actually seen how it works. It's if you don't have prior opportunity and you attempt to dispose of the ball, but you don't, then that's okay.
Yeah,
But if you have had prior opportunity, you do have to correctly dispose of it. But
Yeah.
so I think
Okay.
the ones that people now are complaining about incorrect disposal is when there's been no prior opportunity. But
Yeah.
the prior opportunity itself seems to not be like everything else with AFL is not consistent.
Yeah, like it's an interpretation, I guess. Like, does it have to be a duration of time, a number of steps, like you know, that sort of thing?
The amount of times I see someone fend off and they get tackled and it's not holding the ball, like, isn't that meant to be a prior opportunity gone?
Yeah. Yeah, if you've had enough time to raise your hand, surely that's enough to do a handball.
That's what you've opted to do. Yeah.
The thing is, boys, it's the umpires are never gonna get it perfect. It's impossible to. But what we want is a bit of normality and no rule changing week after week, and just set these standards where
keep it consistent
AFL
for the whole
players can
season.
follow. Yeah, and then see how it pans out.
It would also be improved next year when they can actually go back home and you play your home and away games the normal way.
Yeah.
I'd also like to make a point of a lot of people criticise Arthur Clarkson for speaking out, and
they have, Kieran. Yeah.
I just like to outline, and I cannot stress this enough. It is never the coach's fault, ever.
Unless it's Mick Malthouse and Carlton.
It is the coach's fault if they win.
Mick Malthouse sabotaged us.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a coach's fault. A fault usually implies a negative, doesn't have to ask. So if they win, it's because of the coach.
Yeah.
Whereas if they lose, the coach is to blame. It's the coach's fault.
Yes.
So if they win, it's like the coach's magnificence or brilliance.
It is.
Yeah.
Spot on there, Kieran. Absolutely. But I would like to continuing on with this sticking up for Clarko. Everything he said has been proven right, I might point out. So
not all of it.
Go on, Damo.
I mean, he said Geelong just aren't that good, and they finished top 4. So I don't
And then
like
they lost in
Geelong,
the
but
first.
I will
They
give them
lost in the
credit.
first week. They did lose in the first week, and if they lose again this week, he'll be proven right, won't he? Worst
I'd be
finals
happy if
record of
they
any
lost
team.
again, but they're a great home and away team. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
And-
I hopes
but
Geelong
where
and
it
St
counts,
Kilda both lose this week.
I'm not
by
actually I'm not going to say anything
absolute
because it will
margin.
come back to bite me depending on this week's result. But I will just say home and away isn't everything, Damo. But he pointed out the holding the ball rule was not being adjudicated consistently, and we've definitely seen that's not the case.
I mean,
He
to be
accused Tom Papley of milking a free kick. What he did next week, got fined for staging, and the list goes on. So
well, I mean, to be fair, Blind Freddie could see some of those things. I mean,
yeah, but then why did everyone come after him saying how dare he when he was correct?
And
Anyway,
then
this
in
is
the
getting off
same
the point of
in the same manner, why did no one before Alistair Clarkson call it out?
Yeah, no one has the balls. No one has the courage to speak up like
It's
Clark
the
River.
PC society we live in.
It
What do you-
is.
What did you
Kerwin.
think of the interchange with one substitute rule?
nah.
Mm,
No,
not a
no
fan.
fan.
Interesting, but I think the rule not being there anymore sort of speaks for itself.
Yeah. One that should be coming back should be the 5-minute warning, like just on every
That was
footy
good.
game.
That was
Uh,
brutal, absolutely brutal.
It was. It could be tough.
Footballers,
But
wasn't it?
I loved it more because it's just sitting there and you don't
Yeah.
actually know how long's left.
And if there's enough
Would it just-
whistles, 5 minutes could go for literally
it could.
8 or 9.
Actually,
Yeah.
Nugget, can I do takesy backsies here? I misinterpreted your question, and I actually really like the one substitute with 4 interchange
I like it.
Oh,
because I think teams often get penalised because one of their players gets injured, and in many cases, it's from another player on the opposing team. And I feel like there
I
needs some
agree.
sort of backup in place because it's not their fault that the person's got hit in the face by Barry Hall or whatever.
did it used to be? I can't remember. Did it used to be three people on
3
the
plus
bench
1.
and 3 plus
Well,
1,
yeah.
not 4
So
plus
maybe
1.
if they brought it back, it was 4
4
plus
plus 1, I'd be okay with.
Yeah, 4 plus 1.
But would you use it as like, would it just be purely for an injury substitute?
Yeah,
Or-
injury only, I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
Because the issue people have
they
with the game
start
at the
faking.
moment is that everyone's endurance is too high. So the skills, like, there's no differentiation between skills,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
so
that could be attributed to the game times being shorter. I'd imagine if you had 4 minutes a quarter, the endurance
thing-
would sort of decrease a bit.
definitely, but even with 20 minutes, like, that's why they brought in the restrictions over the years on number of interchanges that could happen, because people were just interchanging too much, and like
Yeah.
there was no, like, people like Tom Scully and that had no real advantage, like, for being fitter and
Fitter,
having
yeah.
larger tanks. So
Okay.
the issue I have with having more people on the bench is, I don't necessarily have it myself, but that is the issue that the players just can run out the game far too easily.
I got one more, and I've just forgotten it, but it'll come back to me. But it was quite controversial. It was to do with the
What do you think about
Don't
the
say it,
rock
don't say it.
nomination?
Don't say it. I
What
don't
do you
want to
think
have to
about
use my energy.
what do you think about the ruck nomination, Nugget?
Rock.
The ruck nomination rule.
I like it, but
You do.
I
You're
feel
being the
it's good
minority
that
there, I feel like.
it comes up to 2. I don't know. It doesn't really reward Bulldogs, so I could go
Oh.
either way. Because
Sometimes I feel like it's just a bit unnecessary. Like,
Me too.
throw the ball up.
They
If
should
no,
just
they
have
should
if
it.
the ruckman's
keep the
not
ball
there, then
moving. Yeah.
like if the
They should
ruckman's
just have
not
it.
there,
Only one person from each team can actually go for the ball. You don't have to say who it is,
yeah.
but
If
if
there's
two
a third
people
man up,
are
it's a free
competing
kick
for it,
again. Yeah.
yeah, free kick against for a third man up. But you don't have to say. It just, people already have their matchups. So it'd be like, if your man
Yeah.
goes for it, you got to
Well,
get
but
the
third
ball
man
in.
up then. Would you be happy with
Well,
that to be a
see,
thing again?
you know what I'm going to think of it as a Hawthorn supporter.
Yeah.
Jordan.
But I do understand that it did completely negate the position
Yeah.
of a ruckman. All you had to be was strong and be able to run out a full game, and then that's all you had to be for a ruckman if you just had someone going third man up.
Yeah.
So I understand why they have stopped that rule, but it did open up the game more. So look, swings and roundabouts.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like if you didn't nominate it, and like someone inevitably will, make contact with the ruckman and there'll be a ruck contest. But if there's a ruckman behind play because he's lagging behind play or whatever, then that's just a direct penalty because you've got an uncontested ruck tap or
Yeah,
like.
I rewatched the 2013 grand final the other day.
Cool.
Because I had nothing else to do, and I'm a bit of a sad Hawthorn supporter. And I didn't realize. Well, first of all, I didn't realize that Clark played in a grand final competing team. That seemed ridiculous to me. But I also didn't realize
was
how
Freo,
often
wasn't
he and Sanderlands went for the same ball from a throw-in against one Hawthorn ruckman. Like that just used to be like I never like that's been lost to me over the years on how that used to be a tactic that you'd have two genuine ruckmen going for the same ruck contest on the same team against someone from the other team. Like I don't know. I feel like that I don't understand. Yeah, you may as well just have as many people trying to win the ball as you can. I feel like.
The one thing I was thinking, I reckon it'd be a good idea. It's a bit controversial, but they were talking about the fixture next season, and they were saying to play. I can't remember the amount of games, but they're saying a few more, and still doing a footy frenzy. So you get the 2 weeks where I liked it this year, but
The footy frenzy was good, but I don't want there to be more games for the sake of there being more games if it's not going to be like a logical amount of teams you're playing. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
and I also feel like the more games are played, the more unfair the fixture becomes.
definitely. That's why this is what I was
which
saying.
is why I
Yeah,
really
true.
liked this season. Not because Port finished on top, but because everyone played each other once.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it also takes out sort of the effect of you can't scout the same like a team you've played, and then, for example, if you play a team in round 9 and then you play them again in round 20, you've already got your match report from round 9, what went wrong, and then it just becomes a different competition between those two teams in that round.
Yeah.
Whereas, I feel like either you play each other once, or everyone plays each other once, or if you want to just shorten and make a footy frenzy, it'd be huge, but play each other twice. If you play each other once and a half, you sort of end up with people that
I think twice is too much, but I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you had 23 games. Is that right? 23. I think.
Yeah, it's like
True.
something like that. Yeah.
But so you played the same. You played 17 games, one against everyone.
Yep.
And then you played everyone that was in your 6 on the ladder at that point in time. You played them all again once.
yeah, that's fair.
My only problem is the bottom 6 is tough to find something to play for.
Yeah, but then
Draft picks.
Yeah, but then
if you made it a lottery
whoever's
draft,
13th, if they're playing for the number 1 pick, that's kind of unfair for the 18th team if they're so bad and they need it.
having the winner of that gets rid of the whole system of having draft picks. Like I can't remember the term.
I wasn't being overly
The balancing
serious,
system. The balancing system that is meant. That's why you have your reverse.
Yeah.
The premiership winner doesn't get the number 1 draft pick because
But then could
even
you
up competition. But
could
if you had the lottery draft,
yeah.
But that's just rigged anyway.
well, this thing, and knowing AFI, they probably would rig it and give it to Richmond. But yeah, I don't know. I feel that is the issue that comes into that. But they don't anyway. Demo is the thing. Like
True.
you already at a certain point you got to pull the plug and start like not caring about wins anymore.
The only flaw I can really pull out of that 6-6 ladder fixture would be that finishing 6th would be an incredible disadvantage because
then
you'd
would
be
you-
playing first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah.
Whereas
But
seventh
would you automatically
and eighth
qualify?
play 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Where does it become like all of a sudden you've got the middle 6 teams fighting for 2 final spots? Then what's the point of the top 6 playing? They may as well just take
See,
Top
Yeah.
four. Top 4. You still have the top 4 advantage that you want to play for.
And then whoever finishes 5th and 6th still get a home final because they were good enough to finish in the top 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just becomes seeding within the 6.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
I'm sure that could
It's
grow on
food
me.
for thought, isn't it? Food for thought. But
Yeah.
I mean,
seems a
I
pretty
reckon
drastic change.
what should happen at the end of the day is the peak of football, as much as I dislike these two teams, was the Geelong St Kilda game in 2009 when both teams were like 14-0 or whatever they were.
Oh,
To
yeah.
this day, that is the greatest game of football I've ever seen. And I think what we should do is scrap every rule change that has been stupid.
Made since that game.
Like if there's a safety change, like the sliding into someone's legs.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
about the stupid contact below the knees freeze. But if you're recklessly sliding into someone's knees, then sure, call a free
Yeah.
kick. So some safety rules like that, keep them, but get rid of every other change because that was the best footy I've ever seen.
Yeah, why not? Take it back to its roots, I guess.
It's pure. That's what
It
we want.
is. Yeah. All right,
Well,
Curse.
well, shall I?
We've been building up to this.
Yeah. You've had to
It was
wait, so I
home.
really hope it lives up to the expectations. Now, bear with me. I've got a little system in place here. I've got something that I think needs to be made great again, and then I've got something that has been made great again.
Ooh.
So, I'll finish on that.
I love it.
So I've got the 3 M's for the things that we need to make great again: mustaches, mullets, and manual transmissions. Now,
Triple M.
Yep. Now, first of all, mustaches I just feel like are underrated, and they're the source of many a complaint in relationships. I just feel like, men who like to grow a mustache, regardless of whether it's ginger like mine, they should be able to express their top lip the way they want to. And I think it's important to feel confident. I'm trying at the moment, but admittedly, I do have the security of wearing a face mask everywhere I go, so no one actually can see my
That's
mustache.
true.
So, which I thought was a tactical advantage. So, yeah, maybe it'll help me with my mustache self-esteem. Secondly, mullets. People think they're incredibly dirty, but in the 80s, I actually recall a glorious mullet from Stranger Things, Dacre Montgomery's character.
Oh, yes.
That is it's just a pitch perfect mullet, really. Like I'd love to have that. But
It does do it well.
yeah, let's just say I'm not allowed, and maybe that'll stop me from getting in trouble. But
Would you not say
give them the
that?
crack.
I feel like mullets already have had a bit of a resurgence.
Well, yeah, but I feel like that there's a few people
They've still got a
doing them
stigma.
in injustice. I feel like they're just doing them because I think it makes it look like alpha or staunch or whatever. But I feel like they're not
for
the
the
true
actual
mullet.
beauty
So,
of a mullet.
yeah, not the actual
Yes.
majesticness.
We love it, guys.
We love it.
So, yeah, I just feel like make the most of your hair while it's still there.
Oh, absolutely.
I have stolen that from Lynx. So Lynx, thanks for that.
Don't sue us.
Now, thirdly, if there's no further questions, manual transmission. I think it's incredibly important for learner drivers and drivers who. Now, this isn't a shot at you, blokes, because I believe you're all automatic license.
Yeah, I think we are.
Now, this isn't a shot at you, blokes. I'll be honest. It's not. I just think it's a great skill to have. to be able to drive any car. Gets you out of many
Definitely.
sticky situations, I'd imagine. Like, for example, if you had a terrible friend who you shouldn't be friends with anymore, you got done for drink driving and you were sober, which is an interesting situation because surely the sober person would have been driving in the first place. So maybe this is a terrible example.
And also, wouldn't you be taken away by the police anyway?
Yeah, but then once you're done, the other person will be able to drive off.
Right, I see.
That makes sense.
Yep.
And also, another point for manual transmission cars is that a lot of hire cars, especially overseas,
Yes,
manuals,
this is true.
and they're like incredibly convenient, I'd imagine. I haven't been overseas and used a hire car because they don't really give them to probationary drivers. But so I just think it's a great thing to have. And also, my mother always told me that one day when I'm in Italy at the Ferrari track, I'll be able to drive a Ferrari race car around the track. Only if I had a spare, €10,500 or however much it is lying around on my holiday to Europe. So I'll take a Ferrari around the track for a spin. Yeah.
That's a big incentive.
Yes, Ed?
I hate to stop you when you're on a roll, but
That's right.
I just had a thought from a bit back when you were talking about mustache, and I thought I heard it right, but were you trying to say mustache esteem? Like
my
my
mustache esteem.
God, I thought I heard it. No. Anyway, continue. I just wanted to know I wasn't cringing at nothing.
Yeah, the mustache esteem. You gotta have some esteem for your mustaches.
That's not what I said, but sure, go for it.
Oh, okay. Also,
I'm sure.
Do you
Yeah.
only drive a manual because your name is Daniel and you drive a manual?
Part of me thinks I've genetically inherited the manual driving skills. Yeah. Daniel by name, manual by nature. There you go.
Very nice. Well,
Yeah.
what's your something that is great now, Kerwin, since we all need to know this?
Well, I just like to say something that has been made great again is commercial law services by Ashby Legal.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Now,
Is this a sponsorship?
Is this a sponsorship?
No, I've not been paid.
Hang on. Don't give us. Don't.
I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart.
Oh wow.
Anything you need, Ashby Legal. Well, anything you need within the legal scope of Ashby Legal.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he's the man.
That is amazing.
Yeah, just like to put that one out there. He has made commercial law great again.
I reckon this might be for some brownie points here, but good on
you.
Well, I can't catch him in. I can't get him to go buy me some chips.
First, the moral gatekeeping,
the milkshake,
and then the blaming, the blaming of not the coach, and now this. This is some serious brownie points right here.
In all
seriousness, we're out of
seriousness,
lockdown.
no. Yeah.
I was just going to say I'll be waiting to see what Kerwin wants to cash in these brownie points for. I'll keep an eye out. It's coming.
Oh, it might be my birthday soon.
For all those people in Melbourne, though, all seriousness, if you're looking for some legal advice, then there's no one better to go to.
There isn't. No,
So,
spot on.
It was a reasonable shout out, Kerwin.
Yeah.
And I agree that I don't remember when it was great, but it's sure is great now.
Yeah, which is exactly what I was thinking, because when I was informed that this would be a topic for the podcast and I was doing my brainstorming, I thought I can't use that because it's been made great again. So already.
It's already great.
That's why I thought
to be made great.
That's why I thought, you know what, I'll go last and climax with that. So there you go. We've climaxed with Ashby Legal.
I certainly have.
Oh, and I'm sure many more people certainly will. So, yeah.
Wow.
Cheers
yeah,
to Ashby Legal.
a big cheers and thank you to Ashby Legal for all the magnificent work they do, and to many more magnificent work to come.
Gee whiz. Well, on that note, listeners, feel free to let us know if you think our things need to be made great again, or some things you believe yourself should be made great again. We're all ears. Hit us up at Insta, which is at MSWTB_pod, or at Twitter, which is at MilkshakeWTB.
Hey,
And
you
David
got
always
it.
gives me a good smile
Well
when I
done,
get the
Daz.
Twitter right, because I do sum it up sometimes. But so yeah, and definitely for all your legal needs, hit up Ashby Legal. Until next time, shake on, Shake Nation.
Gee, I hope he likes me.